the better place to use the MT5 interface is on your phone, right? So I have to host the class with Telegram because Zoom would not permit recording on phone. And for the people that would like to go over the recording again, so putting them into consideration, it's just better we'll do to this class on Telegram. Although when you're watching the recorded video, I think you would face a bit of challenges, which is the reoccurring Telegram watermark. But then it's not something that would prevent you from getting the whole concept or the whole value of watching the recorded video. All right, so welcome back again. Now somebody on the suggestion subtopic asked me to fund a smaller amount, so for today's class we're going to be particularizing using a $20 account size. Okay, for those of you raising your hand to speak, I don't know, do you have something to say? If you don't, you can just put it down. All right, so going to MT5, which is this is my MT5 interface. I already taught you guys how to navigate the MT5 interface, starting from when we, even before the whole Sampon classes started, right? You already treated how to use the interface, how to open trades, how to do this and this. But then coming in terms of synthetics now, this is not going to be stacking on its own. Remember that when we started stacking, I told you that how do you stack? You're stacking in 50% of price leg, that's discount when you're buying and premium when you're selling. But then the stacking, if you're going to be waiting for a pullback or if you're just stacking continuously, it's going to depend on the closure of the both candlesticks. If they close significantly apart, you'll be waiting for what price to come back to mitigate it before you stack. But then if they close at very similar levels, you'll be what? Just stacking continuously. All right, but then somebody asked a very important question where the person said, okay, when it comes to engulfing candlesticks, like your price has mitigated your entry and created what an engulfing candlestick, and then the engulfing candlestick closes like far apart. You know those rejections that are what's very sharp. Do you understand? Before they close, price has gotten to like 1:1 RR. All right, in a case like that, what do you do now? For something just like that on the 30 minutes time frame, before an engulfing forms like that, you realize that those engulfings on 30 minutes or those engulfings on 1 hour can be like would have given you like a hammer confirmation on 30 minutes, all right, or a pin bar, sorry, in the case of a sell position on the 30 minutes. So whenever you're looking for this candlestick confirmation, just interchange time frames, but start from, don't go below 30 minutes, all right, because if you go below 30 minutes on the 15 minutes time frame, you can find all of the candlesticks you're looking for. You understand? The lower you go, the more it comes, but the higher you go, the more compact and reasonable the charts become. All right, so looking for this confirmation, just start from 30 minutes, then 1 hour, then 2 hours, and all of that. But if on the 30 minutes you're seeing that type of a rejection, then wait for price to what, pull back to entry, because now you're going to be treating them as what, two candlesticks that were significantly apart. You wait for price to come back to entry, or you now wait for another stacking point before you now start entry. Any of these can be the options. But then another question that somebody asked, all right, now the whole essence of stacking at specific points is I don't want to term it flipping, but then when you see people do like excessive numbers, that is only how they do it, all right, because in all honesty, you can't move a okay, let me not use big numbers now. You can't move $10 to like 50. Basically, the $10 the one we should 5 setup. Take profit target, you're making like $50. All right. So when you see people do like these things that look like so excessive, it's because of the fact that they are stacking at different levels. All right, and these stackings make it more risky than just growing your account. So this is me saying that even if you don't want to stack, like you don't want to do all of this anticipating candlesticks to add more positions, opening more positions to your profits and all of that. All right, you can actually grow your account the normal way, the way you do on currency. All right, at entry you wait for confirmation, you enter on confirmation, and then you have what your trade running to take profit targets without waiting for all of these things. That is also another way that you can trade your synthetics or your currencies. Do you understand? But for most people, they especially like people that have like good capital, you can see them mostly just grow their accounts to normal. Most of the people you see trying to flip is just probably because of like little capital and all of that, right? So there are two ways whereby you can trade it. One is more risky, the other, of course, the stacking ones are what more risky than the whole just growing your account sizes. All right. So whatever works for you best, you're being taught the both of them so that you choose which of them mitigates your interest. Okay, so for today's class we're going to be looking at these stackings and then answering a very important question. You understand that sometimes a minimum lot size, all right, you can have a setup and then your stop loss. Just to confirm, Messi, can you still hear me? Okay,
I can
who was the other
can hear you.
person?
Yeah, Rock, I can hear you
The
clearly.
other guy, can you hear me?
Yes, please, I can hear you
All right,
clearly.
thank you. So all right. So as I was saying, now somebody asks, you can have a setup now, and then at your stop loss on minimum lot size now, you would realize that at stop loss you're already losing, like, let's say you have a $10 account balance, and then at stop loss minimum lot size you're losing like let's say $27. What do you do in cases like that, right? That's a very important question that we're going to answer practically. And then another thing is, how do you now stack? How do you open these positions? etc. All right. So we're going to be using let's use volatility 25S. Anything. There's a sell currently running on this volatility 25. I think it's a type B or is it type A? I just saw something like that, and it just created a stacking point. Maybe you guys can go check it out later. Volatility 25S. Before this class started, I was just looking through it. Currently at a stacking point, or currently mitigated a stacking point and still selling. Yeah, currently mitigated a stacking point and still selling. And then it's a type B type of setup. Price engagement before pulling out of the break of structure and then giving another confirmation. All right. So that's like particular type B on synthetics. Price has already, I think price created like a pin bar at entry and then came backwards to create an engulfing, which is just mitigated and then it's still selling. All right. So now let's use 25S for our example in this class. Now, if you go to entry, now let's say price mitigates your entry and then it has given you your confirmation candlestick. Remember that the most important part of that confirmation candlestick is that it closes above your entry in the case of a demand zone, and it closes below your entry in the case of a supply zone. You just want to see these confirmation candlesticks are just important so that you already understand that okay, there are what there's a level of demand above that point that you're selling. If I don't know if maybe one of our continuous weekly sessions at the end of curriculum, we'll still be having sessions every week to catch up and to evolve as well, right? One of these, I will just tip in footprint itself, all right, so that you people can see what is going on in between these candles.
Hello, Star. We can't hear you.
Star, I can't hear you. Star, you here?
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, so as I was saying, I said that in one of our continuous classes, like as the curriculum goes on before the end of the entire mentorship year, right? One of the weekly sessions, I'm going to tip in footprint so that you understand how like what happens in between these candlesticks, the orders, how these orders are being created, you would realize that that is why it is important to see this your confirmation candlesticks close above entry. It shows you that okay, there's a level of demand in that zone you're buying from. People are actually buying as well. Do you understand? So you want to see that rejection close above entry, or there's a level of supply in that zone you're looking to sell from. Like there are sellers actually there that are strong enough to do what, push price back down. All right. So that is why these confirmation candlesticks are important, and that is why they should close before you actually what go to your MT5 to look for what, for a buy or a sell position depending on the direction of the market. So let's say now you want to enter a trade on this is let me see.
Your
This is
screen is not.
volatility. My screen is not sharing.
Yes, you're not sharing your screen.
Oh, okay. JD, please let me call you back. Thank you. Yeah, I'll call you. I'll call you. Afterwards. All right, is it sharing now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. I think it just stopped again. Did it stop?
It stopped. Yes, it stopped.
I think the network is getting terrible again. Is it sharing now?
It's actually loading. Let's see.
Watch, is it sharing on your end? Is it sharing already?
No, it's
Yeah,
still
it's loading. One second.
loading. I think it's network.
Let me stop and start again. What type of...
It stopped.
Yeah, I think it's just stopping and starting and stopping and starting. The network here is too bad today. It's not connecting again. No, it's not about you. It stopped as well, yeah?
Yes, it did.
I don't think I can do this without connecting to my network. Can you see it now?
Not yet. It's still loading.
Is it still loading?
Yes, it is. It's loading.
I could probably close this disturbance.